Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is currently doing some sort of freezing rain thing out there. It is currently -8, but feels like -13 Celsius with our wind chill, which means it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit, but feels like 9. So winter is definitely upon us. It's here, it's here, it's here. Roads are going to be yucky to drive home on today. Uh, it's, I'm glad I don't have to go anywhere. It's one of those days. So I've been cleaning and sorting and going through things in the studio. And because I've been doing junk journals probably 11 years now, I have a lot of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff, and we all know that. For some reason, I think I was doing iCAD a day, like index card a day, right? Um, so I cut out, hey, Lisa, welcome, welcome. All right. All right. Stay cozy up in the balcony. Hey, Jan. Yeah, it is. It's frosty but sunny. Yeah. Yeah. No, we've got just very little snow, maybe 2 inches. Ron had to scrape the driveway. So now we've got some freezing drizzle. Interesting stuff. So throughout these 11 years that I've been doing junk journals, I followed many, many people on YouTube. I have talked to a bunch of people. I was doing the iCAD a day. I do have some lovely decorated index cards. But for some reason, somebody I was following said when you're cutting up your prints, your painty papers, your uh, master boards, you should always cut a 3x5 and have that ready to use for an index card, a tag, whatever. So I've got 3x5s, 3x4s, ATCs, inchies, and twinchies. You guys have seen my buckets of inchies and twinchies. Well, this is my stack of 3x5s that have, these ones have been doodled on. These top few I've actually doodled on that one. Yeah, it's just got some lines on. So these are doodled on in one shape or form. So I was thinking I could turn these into pocket bases or something and add them into the little journal that I'm going to auction off at 1 o'clock, raffle off at 1 o'clock, um, because it's the last Tuesday of the month. So I have some of them are actually index cards that I've scraped paint on. So I've got those to play with. I've got just stacks of painted papers that need to be utilized. So, first off, this little journal that I am auctioning off, I really love the way this turned out on Friday. This border and edge that we did. And I did find another container of triangles that I probably could have used. So I just added it to the ones I had. Look at these. I could have a lot of fun playing on papers. It does. It looks like confetti. It's lots of fun. So anyway, I thought I would take a couple of these and put them in as pockets. They fit nice because this journal really doesn't have any pockets. It's got, maybe one or two. But so I was thinking I would turn a couple of these into pockets or even like a tuck spot. I think a couple of tuck spots would actually work really nicely. See, so I added a whole bunch more of those little triangles because they're fun. Okay, so this one was done on a piece of, uh, I'm not sure if this was cardstock or poster board. These other ones are just on paper. So they would have to be glued onto something to make them a little bit more stable. So let's just cut this into a corner piece and we'll put the two pieces into here. And then I think we're going to decorate some of these for journal cards. Some of them, like, they're mucky on the back sides because they're painty papers, right? Or maybe these were actually index cards. I had a bunch of colored index cards. I don't know. Anyway, I got lots. And this is a very boring journal. Like there's bits added, but it's not fun. So I want to add some stuff. So we're gonna just cut this wobble, cut it kitty corner because we can, and it's gonna give it a whole different look. So now I've got two pieces that I can use as corner tucks. I kind of really like that actually. Let's take the black marker and edge them, glue them in. So I'd like to kind of change the way the channel's operated in the new year. I'd like to do more do-alongs kind of thing. Don't know how you guys feel about that. You can let me know. We could do some painty kind of stuff. We could do... I just don't want to get into the thing where you have to have whatever I am using. I have to check that out in a minute. My husband just sent me a message. All's good. All's good. So what about if I put this one here? That would be kind of fun. There's lots of writing space in this journal, but I kind of like the way these dots are with the triangles. Not do alones, do along. That if I'm going to be doing borders, like how I was pulling the sticks and then I would give a supply list. Hey Sherry, welcome. Do like a supply list kind of thing. Kind of more along the lines of tutorials, but like I say, I don't want to get into the habit of saying you need to have this, because I know a lot of people don't have that, and so then you like to do alongs. Okay. Hi Belinda, I am good, thanks. I am good. I have this stack of 3x5 painty papers that big explanation earlier on the stream here already, that following people, they say when you cut up your painty papers, you should cut 3x5s, 3x4s, ATC size, inchies, twinchies, bookmark sizes. They would give like things like that. So because I was new to it, I've got stacks of 3x5s. I also was doing index card a day, and I started doing index card. Yeah, I'm feeling not bad. I still have to be a bit careful, but that's to be expected. So I was doing index card a day, so I have some lovely index cards done, but I've got all these painty papers and I need to use some of them. So this one I had doodled on. It was a 3x5. So I figured that I would just cut it into some corner tucks for this journal today, because there's no real... Hey Beth, nice to see you. No real pockets or anything in this one. I'm going to use a couple more as pockets, and I definitely need to, some of these papers are pretty boring. So yeah, I'm just going to add a couple of things into this journal, and then we're going to do maybe some painting on these 3x5s. Let's put it on here, because I'd like to use some of them up, because I have lots. Yeah, I could send some out in Happy Mail if the mail strike ever ends. I figured that I would do this. Yeah, postage is still on strike. Awesome. So, as I was just talking about, I'm thinking of revamping my channel for the new year. Do a few more do-alongs where I give you guys a supply list and we actually create something similar together. I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm thinking that, you know, yes, the postage is still on strike. Oh, I can chew. Yeah, yeah, I have to be a little careful with that. I had some ham steaks in the freezer and I figured, oh, we haven't had ham steaks for a long time. So I made ham steaks last night and realized that Ron ended up with half of mine because it was just too tough for me. Okay, so we've got a couple of those. And because these ones are doodled on, I'm going to take a couple of them and glue them down onto just some white paper so that we've got the stability, and then I will use them as pockets in here. This is the journal that's, you can't type today? Yeah, I can't type any day. This is the journal I'm doing the draw for in 5 minutes. I'm still adding to it, of course, because that's the way it works around here. Okay, let me just grab a piece of paper so I can glue these down. One paper will do it, Kim. And then we're going to decorate some of these 3x5s up, and they can be whatever we decide. We can do some journal cards. Maybe I'll do some painting on them. I don't know. Let's just play. We're just here to play. Here to play. Today is my oldest grandson's birthday. His mom's away. His mom's away. The reason I know this is because they were here Saturday for canasta wars, and he was very upset that she was away on his birthday because then he doesn't get cake for his birthday breakfast, because that was what she did special for her kids, right? Everybody's got things that they do with their kids special for their birthdays. Her thing was they could have cake for breakfast. And so he was very upset that she was going away. And then she's like, but you don't live with me anymore. You wouldn't be getting cake anyways. He was a little upset that he wasn't getting cake for his birthday breakfast. I just kind of laughed. The things kids still expect. And I mean, he's an adult, right? Like, I just love it. I love it. I do love it. Okay, well, we'll just put this one here. So, as I say, I'm just going to turn these into pockets for in this journal. I don't know that I'll put a focal point or anything on them. We'll just see. He is 19. 19. Youngest grandson just turned 14. They're all growing up. I have no babies anymore. No babies left. It's sad. Very sad. Okay, so as I say, I'm turning these into pockets for in this journal. I haven't decided how I want to do the closure. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. He's still a teenager, but he lives on his own. He's got a really good job. He lives with his girlfriend. He works construction. And he's worked for the same company because it was a training thing through school, an apprenticeship program. So he's been working for them for a couple of years now. And so he makes excellent money for his age. And they actually have him running crews. Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. You'll find me some babies? No. Our new next door neighbor had a baby girl this summer, and her boys are very little as well. So if I really want a baby fix, I could go see them. Okay, so I've got these. I'm going to turn these into just pockets for in here. My hole punches aren't punching holes anymore, so I can't do thumb marks unless I hand cut them, which I could do. He is a good boy. He's a very good boy. Well, he's not really a boy anymore. Seriously, he's 6'2". Not allowed to be 6'2". You know. Okay, this one I think will be the bottom. We'll use that as the top because this is all doodled on. So I'm going to use that as the bottom of the pocket, and I'll cut thumb holes in these two tops. We'll what will we do? We will take something kind of round. We'll use this. Eyeball the center, and we will draw that. A little bit more this way. And as soon as I've cut this out, what did I turn around real fast? Oh no, I really miss having babies around. Babies are great. I just don't have any more. Mine are all grown up. And so I'm just going to cut around that mark. These are going to be really deep thumb pulls things. There we go. That works. So I'm going to use those as pockets in this journal. All right. How many people we got here? Doesn't matter. We're going to go pick a number between 1 and 20, and you will receive this little journal. I will do a closure on it, and I'm still adding some pockets. And I might even use some of these 3x5s as flips. Your baby granddaughter will be 16 in January. That's awesome. Okay. Is that your choice? 16? We're going 1 to 20. I'm pulling this so that we can do a generator thing. Got to do that. Hey, Anne, welcome. And yours is in the mail. I don't know when it's going to get there. Still got a postal strike. Okay, so I am looking for random number generator. No. And let's do. Oh, I got such glare on this screen. Random number generator. There we go. All right. So picking a number between 1 and 20. Jan, did you pick a number? Everybody picked a number? Oh, you need potato chips. Belinda, are you back? Belinda's got a number. Sherry, Brenda, Anne, Jan. Throw a number in there. Are you not throwing a number in? I didn't say stop yet. 6. Okay. So we've got 3, 15, 8, 16, 13, and 6. Is that right? All right. Random number generator. Let's go to the random number generator. And, okay, first of all, I have to have my screen turned down really lots because of my eyeballs. Okay, so we've got the random number generator. We're changing this maximum number to 20. So it's between 1 and 20. See it? Generate. Oh, number 1, Beth. No, everybody's over. Everybody's over. Closest number without going over. Okay, I'm going to regenerate this, guys. Deal? What do you think? Doesn't matter, Anne. Okay, we're generating this again because that's just... horse hockey. 4. So it is Beth. All right, Beth, you won this little journal. And I have your address, and I will get it out to you very soon. As soon as the mail strikes over, it'll be in the mail. Okay? All right. So, yeah, I'm putting pockets in it because this one doesn't have much pockets. I'll add a couple of flips, and then I'll add other stuff. I don't like showing what's in the pockets as a rule because it's a surprise to you. Right? Right. Okay, so let's glue in these pockets. We could do a side pocket, right? That'd be kind of fun. I like that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Ugh. Let's get this glue chunk off the edge. And I have to think of a funky closure for it. I think Anne's journal ended up with the funkiest closure I've done yet. Maybe. Yeah, you got to have fun being bad. You do, you do. All right. All right. So, as I was saying, I've been doing junk journals and following people for 11 years. 11 years ago was the very first time I started streaming. Well, I didn't stream, I just did videos because I was still learning. And then I took like a 10-year hiatus or some silly thing. But anyway, looking back, it was a long time ago. So, as I was saying, following so many people, they're telling you how to cut up your Painty papers so that you've got stashes of things for whatever you need. And so I had a stash of 3x5s, and so I want to use them away. Yeah, it could be by mule. It'll be okay. You will get it. You will. You will. Okay, so there's one. Oh, do a quick flip of what's in there now. This is not what it's going to be. We've got some page tabs hanging up the top. This is a crazy flip of writing pages. Pocket. This one stretches out, way out. So it's a fun little book. Got a map page with a page tab. CD, I don't even know what kind of words are on here. Just a heads up. I might have to. Your youngest grandson's 19? Oh, right. He'll be home December 15th. Oh, isn't that lovely? That's really lovely. So this one has quite a few calendar pages in it. That's one of the snippy strips that we did, Beth. I have to fix this page up because it's ugly. That's one of the stamps when we were carving stamps. You wish you had a Five Below nearby? What's a Five Below? It's currently minus 13 here with the wind chill. The corner page. This was a muffin cup that I flattened with, lots of these little triangle things because I had so much fun doing these pages on Friday. We did a border and we did an edge. This does have one little pocket with one of those map fold tags in it. But there will be more stuff. There will be. This is a corner tuck, just cut back from a 3x5. Oh, used to be under $5. Now they have some things that are $5.55. Oh, yeah, step up from Dollar Tree. Okay. That's kind of like our real Canadian dollar store. I can keep that. Well, thank you, Brenda. Yeah. So yeah, there's here's the other piece of that uh, graph paper. More. So yeah, we'll glue this in, and then I'll probably find a couple that I want to do some flips on, and I'm still gonna add a few things. This one didn't get as much attention as the other ones this year because I haven't been streaming much this month between dentist appointments, etc. And um, what? Dentist appointments, and I'll put it here. I like it there. Um, we haven't been doing things like this much this month, if that makes sense. No, see, and I was going to outline this with black ink, and I did not. $26 is absolutely lovely compared to if you exchange the Celsius to Fahrenheit, it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit out there right now. And we've got freezing drizzle. So it's murky, dismal, freezing drizzle. Oh, and that's been so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so it's got a couple of pockets. Like I say, it's going to have a funky closure. I just had to add something to that book right from the get-go. Okay, so some of these this was an index card. I had some colored ones. So some of them are kind of stiff. A lot of these are just 3x5 pieces of paper because, as I say, I was told to cut them out at 3x5. So let's use this one. So they're painty papers. A lot of them are scraped. A lot of them were done gel plate-ish style. And, I don't know. I'm going to use this one. Let's do some painting on them. Feel like doing a little bit of painting. Look, I even have clean water. And, of course, I have my muck water. But we're going to use clean water. So, let's grab some green paint. I have a plan. I'm going to paint them all similar. Lots of stories to share in the new year? Definitely. 6. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so I'm going to take a dark green paint and just put a blob down. This is a Artist Loft Sap Green. The reason I'm just putting a blob down is because I am going to take a crunched up piece of plastic of some sort. I just have to find one. What's that? That could work, but it's so big. I don't want to cut that. Oh, I know what to do. I have. See, when I was cleaning up, I even sorted out my bin of bags. So I'm just going to take this here bag, and we're going to cut the Ziploc part off. Okay, we got a bag. Now we're just going to take it and we're just going to smush it up. Like this. Like that. So it's smushy. Oh, that one's red. I don't want to do green on red. Let's find something else. Find something else. Let's do this one. I have lots. Okay. So I'm going to do this around the bottom and up a side. And then we'll decide if it's the top or the bottom. It doesn't really matter. And the reason I'm using a dark green is because that's going to be the background for our leaves and things. You know, this one's going to go all the way up the side. And across the bottom. Oh, well. It's a little thick. Doesn't matter. I just want to be up that gunky edge. Grandkids ages 3 to 24. That is an impressive spread. Oh, yeah, lots of pre-cooking. But it'll be so nice having them there. So nice. I don't know which side I like best. You know what? I'm going to do it across here. Just a little thing there. All right. So now that one is really mucky. I want to get a clean one because I don't want that green in my other stuff. Let's take a hot pink or a yellow. Let's take a bright yellow. So I'm going to take a bright yellow. This is Apple Barrel Matte Yellow. And we are going to take a flat brush. This is a, what, ½ inch? Something like that. Maybe a little less than ½ inch. It's not a ½ inch. It's bigger than a ½ inch. And we're going to go here. And we're going to do like a ribbon. So we're going to go and do, and that green is still wet, but that's fine. We're going to make some loops for the ribbon. I'll be shading the ribbon anyway, so it's perfectly fine that I've got it kind of smudged. Ribbon. Focus. Hello, hello, hello. Do you write yourself lists of what you need to pre-cook, Anne? I usually write a pre-cooked list. Let's see how well this yellow shows on here. I might have to, you know what, I might have to use a different color ribbon on that one, which is fine. I've got that hot pink sitting beside me, that neon pink. I could use that. But we'll do a nice bow here. So to do a bow, I guess I should stand up and show you. I'll grab a board. To do a bow, I want to hold it so that you can see. You put the flat to the side like this. You go up with the, spread it out and drop back down. Does that make sense to you guys? Let's do a 4 bow here. 4 loop bow. Do you see how that's done? You go up on the edge, make it wide, and come back down. Does that make sense to you guys? See, I do that, and then I kind of put it so that when I'm cooking, what goes in the oven first, how long it's going to take, And again, we'll do the ribbon like this. It'll have to have a knot. And like that. Do it one more time? Certainly. Let's grab just a piece of paper. Oh, I'll need dark paper. Let's do it on this blue. I can just do a nice big bow on this blue and make something out of it again. So I've got the brush. I've got the paint on the brush. It's a flat brush, right? It's flat. So you put it down and you go up. You don't spread it out yet. You just go on the tip of it. And at the top, you spread it. And then you bring it back down to the tip. Does that make sense? I don't know how well I can. So you've got your brush like this. You go up, spread, and back down thin. And then you would do this for the strands. And then give it a bit of a knot. Yeah, they could be butterfly wings. Yeah, don't lift it up. No, once it's like doing a teardrop almost. Okay, so I've got those two, and I was going to do these ones with a hot pink, neon pink. On that one, I could do. Let's pull that back over. We'll make that into a bouquet. So again, oh, how wet is this? I don't want it too wet. Just take some water off the brush. And the cool thing about doing your bows is you can come back and use the end of your brush and do a bit of an eyelet, by doing dots along the edge of them. You could shade it, use a pen and do another color around the edge. Is there somebody I missed saying hello to? I apologize if I did. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you guys. So like I say, these are going to be kind of the same, but not. The other thing I want to ask you guys, when you do your journal cards, do you do it portrait or landscape? What's your particular favorite way to do it? Okay, so now we have to decide what kind of flowers we want in these groupings. Maybe we'll do a couple of little leaves first. I have this leaf green. Woohoo! Let's use some leaf green and yellow and do a few leaves. Why is this goopy? Huh. Oh, thanks, Sherry. You putting people's channels in? That's nice. Okay, still using the flat brush. Make sure it's not too wet. So I'm going to dip it in the yellow and in the green, right? You see, it's not focused, but I have it in both the yellow and the green. and we're going to do some leaves, which probably is very close to the way this ribbon turned out. Maybe I need to add another green into there. I'm going to add a Christmas green and add just a little bit. You're going to do an index card every time you stream? What a great idea. That's how I could get rid of these. You're going to do an index card every time you stream in January. What a great idea. Okay, so I've got the green, I've got the yellow. Now I'm just going to add this other green. And we're just going to do some random leaf kind of things. Because we need to show that it's got some additional foliage, right? So I can go over the bow because, there's going to be flowers peeking out from the bow. I probably should have outlined that ribbon first because some of these leaves are very close in color to the ribbon. In fact, I'll do that right away. Okay, so I've just added a bunch of leaves. You'll switch index cards? Yeah. So we're going to do that on all of them. We're going to add leaves. And it doesn't matter that the leaves kind of all look the same. The floral is going to be the star of the show. And of course, we can go over the bows, the ribbons, because when you get a floral arrangement, not all the ribbon shows. But you definitely want to have some defined leaves in this piece of kind of work. Now this one, I'm having it kind of go all the way up the page. Maybe I'll have it like this, so doesn't matter. We need leaves, bunch of leaves, random leaves all over the place. Red berries? Yeah, I could do some red berries. I definitely could do some red berries. But I like having the mixture of the three paints because it gives it that bit of depth. Okay, now this one, I need to do some stems first. Because this is going to be like a bouquet kind of thing. So I'm going to take a nice little liner kind of brush. And we're going to do some stems. And I'm going to start at the top. work my way down. And okay, so it's not showing up great against the blue, but that's okay. It's just fine. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of stems. And I don't want anything in the bow because it's a bouquet. So the stems are all tied up in the bow, right? All right. So now I'm going to put some leaves up above the bow. I'm not going to put any leaves below the bow. And it doesn't matter if you cover up the stems. You just need to make sure that the tops of the stems are available for you to put the flowers on. And we could do some above as well, because we can have some flowers, bigger flowers at the top, something like that. So before we go any farther, what I want to do is we're going to start, we're going to outline the leaves, we're going to outline the bows. We're just going to use a black gel pen. Make sure things are dry because you don't want to get them in the wet paint. So I'll start with the bow, and it's going to have, you know, don't forget to do both the inside and the outside part of the bow. And you also have to do the knot. Make sure you've got the knot in there. I could do that to all the bows. So there's a knot. Now some of these leaves are over this ribbon, so you don't want to draw the ribbon. You want to leave it covered up by the leaf. Do you see what I mean? At the bottom there. We'll outline the leaves shortly, but first we're going to do this. Because I think the bows would be closer to dry than the leaves at this time. And again, if you've got leaves on the outside, they're covering up the bow. This one has the 4. I'm watching for where my leaves are so that if there's a leaf, I'm not there's a leaf there. It's kind of right on top of the ribbon itself. And even though this is on the black background, the black will still give it the effect it needs. Now, if you do one with 4 loops, you have to watch where the bow is going over the ones behind, right? That's going to give you the depth when you're doing the outline. Not. And no, these aren't covered. I'll still be covering a lot of the bow with flowers, but it's easier to do this now than once the flowers are there and you're outlining everything. It really is easier to get this completed first. Goofed there. That's fine. But over the leaf, I can cover that with a flower. Now, of course, if you want to give your ribbon highlight so that it looks twisted and everything, that's totally up to you. Often I will do that. Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing like a painting, I will go to those extra measures. I will make those ribbons look like they've got the twists and the turns and everything. The journal cards, I'm not as fussy with because I'm just giving them away. Not that, it's not that I'm just giving them away, but when you're doing journals, all these little things that you do, the time adds up. And if you're trying to make money, your time is money. So if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And because with my journals, especially, I make most of everything that goes into it. I have to, I can't sell them for the hours that I put into it. I just can't. Nobody would pay the price. Okay. So for the leaves, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline them because there will be flowers on top. I don't know if I'm going to put veining on them until after I've got the flowers in. That's when I'll decide about that. So I'm just going to do the leaves. And now you can see why I just used the crumpled up plastic for the background with a dark green. It gives it that depth. Yeah, you're going up. So I hope this is helping you guys with a few just tips and tricks that I do. So now when I'm doing these leaves, I'm going right over the bow because they're over the bow. The bow is behind. And of course, I would shadow it, do the shading on the bow, but I'm not going to bother doing that either until I've got the flowers. Thanks, Belinda. Almost sounds like I've got a pump running. Huh. It's a weird hum. I'm trying to be fast, guys. Trying to be fast. Because my other thing is I want no leftover projects at the end of the stream. Everything has to be completed. Oh, fuzzy, fuzzy. Sorry. I wasn't looking up. Come on. Focus, please. There we go. Sorry. But really, I was just doing the outlining. But as I say, I hope that this is teaching you something. Or just showing you how I do it so that you can adapt it to how you do it. Done. All right, got the leaves on this one as well. All right, so now I want some white paint because, again, I'm going to do what I know. More a case of I can do it fast. If that makes sense. So I've got white paint. And I need some. What do I got? This is a burgundy. Let's use some burgundy. Do some burgundy. Now I think I want to split that white paint so that I don't get it all mucky. I can split it in two separate pieces. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Flat brush. Maybe I want a smaller flat brush. Do I have a smaller flat brush? I do. It's kind of fugly. Can I make it work? We'll find out. Eeny meeny. I think I want the smaller one. Okay, so I've got a 1/4 inch flat. First of all, I'm going to take it and do a nice circle of burgundy in various places. Okay, and I'm going to do that on all of them. These are the starts of our roses. It's only 4. Let's do one more up here. Right on top of the bow. And yeah, these are all going to be similar. Just because I'm batch making. Because again, I need stuff that I can do quick. You guys have seen me grab and go with my bits. This is the same kind of thing. I like having things that I can use as flip outs and whatever. And I got to use these silly things up. Right. Okay, so now we got the big red dots all over the place. I'm not fuzzy. Was it fuzzy? I cleared that up. Okay, so now I've got this burgundy. I want just a little bit of burgundy and I want white on the other side. Now we're going to start doing the roses. White to the outside. And we're just going to do some squiggle lines around. Add more to the brush as you need. And then we go in and do another row of squiggle lines with the white and the burgundy. And a center. Did you catch that? Do I need to put the stool on the table and show you close? Do I need to put the stool on the table? Anyone? Don't be afraid to add more paint when you're doing these. You guys aren't worried? You've seen me do this before, so you know what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm going over the stems. I'm going over the bow. I'm going over the leaves. But that's perfectly fine because it just gives it the depth. And if you have to go over the flower beside it and overlap it, perfectly fine. It's a bouquet. Hey, Teresa, thanks for popping in. Nice to see you. And now we're just going to do the same to all these other ones. Double load your brush, white and the burgundy, or white and orange, or whatever color you guys are using. I've got some lovely purple roses. You guys have seen them. Oh, I did that totally backwards. Oops, not paying attention. It's okay if you got some burgundy on the outside. Just make sure you got more. All's good. All is good. See, I'm starting to get my white is starting to get a little mucky. My brush is dirty. Really mucked up brush. Don't be scared to clean your brush if you find it's collecting too much paint and you can't work with it. Yeah, my white has gone muddy from all the dipping. Again, white to the outside, Kim. White to the outside. Hey, Lisa, welcome, welcome. I am just trying to use up some 3x5 pages that I had cut ages ago. So I'm turning them into some journal cards, or maybe they'll be flips. I haven't decided, but at least they'll be complete so that I can utilize them. So we're just doing florals and florals because they're fast and simple. Well, okay, they're not as fast as one would like to think. Oh, Fuzzy, come, 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 come. There we go. Come. There. Up. There we go. So this is just, how I do my roses. Then I'm going to add a few daisies and maybe some red berries. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. This paint brush is very, very short, so it gets dirty really fast. It's really hard to keep the paints clean when that happens. Well, I guess I could do some rosebuds too. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. I'll get these other ones done. And if I come back and do rosebuds, that'll be okay. Oh, big white paint on my finger. Not good. I can disguise that. Oh, thanks, Belinda. Of course, I will come in with a gel pen and go and mark all this stuff too. I've been having a real blast doing those little embroidered hearts. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Beth sent me that lovely link for that denim purse, patchwork denim purse, and I'm tempted. I'm tempted. Very tempted. You love the embroidered parts? Yeah. Yeah, my hands are fine. My hands are good, thanks. I find that embroidery doesn't bother me nearly as bad as crochet or cutting, snipping paper. It was a lovely break. Last week I was trolling Pinterest because I was so sore after having that tooth done. I just kind of hid, and it's a good excuse just to get more ideas. Like I need them like a hole in the head, you know. But so I've got my whole so many ideas on Pinterest. So I think maybe that could be another play kind of thing. Jean and I kind of agree that we like to try things and we try it and we're good. Try it once, just to know that we can do it, right? So I'm wondering if maybe I should do a few of my finds on Pinterest, show you guys a picture of the way Beth does with her paintings. I'm not going to do paintings as I'm sitting here painting, right? I'm not going to do paintings the way Beth does, I don't think, because Beth does it. And she does such a lovely job of it that, oh, that one's kind of goofy looking. She does such a beautiful job with her paintings that I don't think that there's anything I could, you know, that's Beth's thing, paint nights. Yeah, finding more projects. Well, it's not necessarily projects, though, Belinda. It's ideas of various other things, right? That um, it could be a different way for doing a face. It could be a beaded something. It could be, I don't know. It's not necessarily an entire project. Like those little hearts, I've done 8 of them, but to me, they're just pieces of a project that I don't know what I'm going to add them to, or, you know, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to make a journal in that style, or I'm going to just ideas, just like games, creative, because a lot of people don't share the way they do things. So I like to try and figure it out how to do it my way to get the effect that I would want out of it. Kind of like that monstrosity book that, and did her neighborhood and I did the monster, right? So I'm really not happy with this brush. Yeah, it's not, like I say, it's not necessarily more projects to do. It's like just different ideas. For how to do things. My daughter had messaged me the other night. She wanted crocheted snowflakes. She decorates phenomenally for Christmas. So I did, those balls of crochet cotton. I did an entire ball of crochet cotton into snowflakes for her. Now she's turning them into a swag banner, um, garland. I don't know what. Anyway, she's got them all hanging in her dining room window, and they're gorgeous. Like from outside, they look stunning. The way she's got them. But she wanted to maybe put beads between them. So she asked if I had beads she could use. So I took her shoebox full of white beads and a shoebox full of white and gold pearl beads, and just kind of left her to it yesterday. So, those are the kinds of things. Yeah. Trial and error. Oh, beads. Belinda, I have, those plastic shoe boxes? I have them full by color. They're not sorted, they're just dumped in there because of the beaded curtains I've done. Um, yeah, and they're plastics and acrylics, very few glass, because even though the glass beads show the sun so much nicer than the plastics and acrylics, I was considering the weight of them as well. So of course I did the fish one for my bathroom down here, and I did my Canadian flag in beads. But I wanted to do a beaded one for the deck with butterflies or whatever. And I've never gotten around to it. So, anyway, I took her the white and clear beads and the pearly kind of stuff so that she can add them to her between her snowflakes. Or however she's doing it. I said, just bring me back whatever is left over when you're done. Because it's all about using this stuff up, right? That was my thoughts when I was doing those little hearts on the denim, because I've got lots of denim squares cut out for quilts, but I haven't made a denim quilt in a long time because I don't have a sewing machine, and also because those squares are what, 4 inches, I think, and they're much too small for a quilt as far as I'm concerned, because the quilt would be so heavy with all the seams in there. All right, I think I've got these all with roses. All right. Now let's do some daisies. So I'm just going to take a little. Why does that feel slimy? I don't know. Must be this paint. I'm going to take a little round brush. See, that's the brush I was looking for to do my flowers. Why has it got paint on it? Huh. Anyway, a little round brush. Smaller round brush. Well, let's use this one. We're going to do some daisies. For icicles? Oh, that would be pretty. That would be pretty. Oh, when I was doing those hearts, I was using this ugly stuff my sister gave me. I was using that with like white thread or black thread or whatever for doing some of the embroidery. I think it turned out lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so now we're going to do some daisies. Just little daisies, just some little filler. Yeah, like my bookworms. Yeah, those would make lovely icicles. They really would. So these go pretty fast, these little daisies. Like I say, I'm just doing what I know so that I don't have to go and be looking at pictures to see how other people do it. These are just my staples that I do so many things with. Free pattern on your inspirations? Okay. It's kind of funny. She was saying, "This is the absolute favorite snowflake, Mom," and it's filled in. It's really it's not lacy like the other ones I do. Um, yeah, I like the lacier ones, and I didn't follow any patterns. I just kind of made them up as I went along. Again, just using up supplies that I got because I've got balls and balls and balls of crochet cotton. Now we'll give them yellow centers. Bright yellow centers. And again, a lot of times what I would do, oh, let's dry the brush off. What I would do is if this was on, if I was doing, like I say, a canvas or something that was totally standalone, not going in a journal or what have you, I would be a little bit more, you know, the I would use a brown around the edge to look like seeds. I would put seeds in them. And then, of course, I'm going to come in and outline them with gel pen. Fuzzy, stop it. Okay, I'm just going to add a few to this one. Oh, maybe I don't even need any on this one. I think this one I'm going to come in and do some rosebuds. This one and this one both can just have rosebuds. This one can have daisies. Just because we've got too wet, too wet, too wet. We've got lots of space to use up. Like I say, and I could come in and put in some red berries. That brush is way wet. That paint is still way wet. Yeah, I've got some florals on stretch canvas. I've got a lot on furniture. Um, these kind of things are what I used to paint on the handmade soaps that I sold. Not the handmade soap, but the hand painted soaps. And the paint would last as long as the soap did because I would coat it in wax. Totally out of the hand painted soaps. But since I'm not selling anymore, I just I'm not doing. Oh, and light switch plates. I used to paint these kind of things on light switch plates too. just added a little bit of water to my brush because this paint seems to be a little bit thicker than I really do like to use. Here we go. It's not flowing as nice as I like. It's that white. That white is a very, very thick paint. I got that at Walmart. Clumps. It clumps fast. That white paint does. And one over here. One up here. Then I think these will be good. Those ones I'm not doing. This one I'll do some. Yeah. I did lots of light switch plates and soaps. Did all those old-fashioned light switch plates, and then people started going to the new ones, so they didn't sell worth a darn. But it's okay, I got lots in my house. I think most of my light switch plates are painted. I had a girlfriend that had me do all her light switch plates and all her plug covers for her. I also did a mural in each of her boys' bedrooms. Painted their toilet seat. Made them a paper mache racetrack on their walls. Paper mache with a chicken wire base. Well, that's awesome, Jack. Okay, yellow centers. So now we're going to come back in with gel pen and pencil crayons and do some shading in these. These ones, I don't know that I'm going to add anything else to them or not. I thought maybe some rosebuds, but you know what? I kind of like them just the way they are. I'll look at that in just a minute, Sherry. Okay, so now this this bow went quite green. So I'm going to take some yellow and I'm just going to touch up some of the which is fine because this is the 4-layered bow and it gives it that depth, right? It's actually hilarious doing the touch up with a liner brush when the original was done with a flat brush, but that's okay. Just touched it up a little bit. Need some coffee? All right. Oh, thanks, Anne. You could do the same thing with this. Just touch up this bow because it's got that quite a bit of green on it, which is okay because that I'll just use that as the shadowing. I'll just consider that the shading. And that works for me. All right. Oh, this one too. This one too. Hang on, Cherry. I'll look at it. I will. I will. I'm not going all the way to the flowers with the yellow because that's going to be my shading. I'm not going to have to go back in and shade that now. Kind of cheating here, which is perfectly fine. Adding just a little bit of water so that it flows a little smoother. Still wants to be green. That's okay. That's just fine. And as I say, now we're going to do some outlining. See what Sherry sent me. All right. Very cute. Very, very cute. She sent me the pattern for the snowflakes or icicles. Then I come back to my desk and I go, oh, that's messy. Okay. So let's see what's dry here. Some of these roses are still pretty wet. So I'm going to just touch up these bows as well. Add some more pink. These won't photocopy because this is a neon pink. Oh, thanks, Brenda. I'm trying to use up some 3x5 papers that I had cut because, when you first start doing your junk journaling, everybody tells you to save such and such or do such and such. And so I cut a whole bunch of 3x5 pieces because, they say cut 3x5s, 3x4s, ATCs, inchies, twinchies. Cut it all so you've got a stock. Well, I have this. Like, I have this many 3x5s. So, plus these, plus, I've got. So I figured it would be a good day to use some of them up. I turned some into pockets to put into the journal. I'm going to use some of these as flips or some whatever. Now I've got to wait for some paint to dry. They take a long walk. Yeah. So now I'm going to come back with some pencil crayons and gel pens, and I'm going to do some outlining, etc. But my paint is really wet still. I'm not going to bother doing anything, like here or there. I'm not going to use words, whatever. I am going to back them with some white because some of them are pretty mucky. And like this one, definitely, because it's on cardstock or whatever, that's going to just be a card, a journal card. This one too is going to be a journal card. These ones I could use as flips, I'm thinking. These are on newsprint, of all things. Newsprint. It's okay. It is okay. See, now is when I wish I had a hairdryer or a heat gun. You know what? What if I took a piece of, I did this the other day. I took some tissue paper and I put it on top and pulled the wet paint off. We'll see what happens. What have I got to lose? It's the piece of paper. Okay, that one's dry. I can do that one. Yeah. Exactly, Brenda. But we all know I have a really hard time throwing anything out. So I'm going to use them. Because I've got these. I've got 3x4s. I've got... Maybe that should be my December. Finish it December. Use all these up in December. You're off, Jan? Okay. Have a great day, hon. Love you. Have a good... give Fia a hug for me. And Jade. And Elisa. Whoever you see today, hug them from Auntie. Okay. So they're dry. Doesn't look dry. Ha. Okay. Gel pen. So, we see where the leaves are. You know what? I'm going to pull that stool up and I'm going to do that so that you guys can see what I'm doing. How's that? How is that? Let's do that. Now, I could be happy just leaving them just the way they are. Does that work? What if I do this? Is that going to be okay? Okay. So, now you can see where the leaves are, the bow is, etc., etc. Let's pull out some pencil crayons. These are just junk pencil crayons. So we're going to give them the vein line. We're going to outline the rose. Now you can go in and do the petals on the rose, right? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Definitely the vein lines in the leaves. And since I outlined that rose, I need to outline the others. But that's do the petals, I mean, right? So we got those petals. There's a petal there. Can you see? You can see? Okay. So we're going to get the outlining done first. And the veins, the vein in the leaves. Sorry, not talking. Okay, vein on the leaf. Okay, so I could be really happy just leaving it like that. Concentrating, yeah, concentrating. Or I can just add some stuff. What is this? It says Crayola Magenta. So let's just do some shading at the bottom of the bow, like where the loop is. Right? At the very, very bottom of the strand here. Definitely around there. And the bow there. Okay. And I guess we could just do a little bit of a dark edge here as well, where the flowers connect underneath the leaf, underneath that leaf. And there. Okay, so now we've got the bow shaded. Can you see that? Does it work? We could do that with the leaves. We could do that with the roses. We could do that with everything, or we could just leave it. And I'm tempted just to leave it now. Well, I lied. We're just going to take some white and highlight this part of the bow and the very round part of the knot. And the ribbon. And the ribbon. There we go. There we go. Now I'm done. Leave it. What do you think? I like it. That's one. So now this one's got the daisies. So I just like to kind of go where the leaves are, just on one side of the leaves usually. I don't normally do both sides of the leaves. These leaves are the petals on the daisy. And usually just at the bottom part of the center of the daisy, put the stems in the leaves, guys. Stems and leaves. Another daisy. Just gives that little bit of definition. Can you see? Oh, thank you, Anne. Like I say, I'm abandoning this art, right? Like art's never finished, it's just abandoned. Well, that's what I'm doing. We all know there could be lots more done to it. We know that. But I'm lazy, and because it's just getting used as a flip in a journal, it's just something different. Just something different. You can see where my paint was starting to get really mucky. That it didn't want to cooperate as nice as I had wanted it to. It's very thick. Okay, so this bowl, let's find a nice bright yellow. And we're just gonna make sure we got a little bit better color. Like I say, I'm not going to go right to the edges because that green that came through is the shadowing. I'm using that as the shadowing. That's two. This one you'll see better how I do the daisies. Oh, this one's just really a big blob of pink. on the leaves. Do the vein on the leaves. Just the center vein on the leaves. Okay, so now let's take that dark something again. I'll look like a red. That should work too. I'm going to do the shadowing. This. Oh, I didn't do the berries. Beth asked me to do berries, and I didn't do berries. Sorry, Beth. Again, I'm just going to take some white. Oh, look, I didn't do this daisy. Look, it's a daisy. It didn't get drawn. There we go. Yep, got them all, got them all. So that's 3. Oh, this one and this one left. This one and this one. Okay. So you can see these ones, the leaves are quite out there. And again, this ribbon is quite green. So we're going to need to add the yellow and punch it out that little bit. Oh, you're buffering? Oh no, is it me? Is it because of the weather, the silly freezing rain we've got happening? Anybody else have buffering? Okay, Belinda. Didn't realize. I don't know, really nothing I can do. It's up to the service providers, right? Well, these aren't my best roses, guys. No buffering for Anne, okay? No, none for Brenda, okay. You got weather happening, Belinda? Okay, so again, this this bow definitely needs some more color up top. And again, I'm leaving the green as the shading on it. And a little bit of white at the top again. I'm pretty happy with that. You're back? All right. Much better? Better? Okay, we've got the bow done. Let's do the flowers. Doesn't help? Okay. All right. We've got little daisies up here. Got this leaf. This little daisy. Let's do this. Oh, look, this daisy doesn't have a center. Ah. Any more? No. Okay, now I've got to let that paint dry. Let's outline this here rose. That's a little daisy that I just added the center to. It's okay. It's okay. The centers. And yeah, it's easier to turn the work to do it than keep it all in one position. Hi, Jolu. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel. I've been doing junk journals for about 11 years. And you know how when you first start out, they say, you need this and you need that. Well, I have stacks of 3x5 papers that have been sitting in a box. So I figured it's time to use them up for something. So just doing some journal cards. I figured I would get up close and personal so that it was easier to see how I do the outlining of the flowers. And as I, say, because it's going into a junk journal and I do all my own ephemera, I'm fully capable of doing stuff like you would put on a stretched canvas, but I don't sell my junk journals because I can't get the money for them that I put into them work-wise. So this is what we get. Right, a little bit more, just a little bit more color for that yellow. There we go. There. Now we'll consider that one done. All right, so this is what we've done. So I can either use them as flips, put them on backings, use them for pockets, use them for tuck spots, use them whatever way I like. I could turn them into journal cards. Like a couple of them are on cardstock. These two are on cardstock. I can just back them and use them as journal cards. These other three are just on paper So I'm going to put them on some copy paper and use them as flips or something. So I'm happy with these 5 the way they are. We will put them aside and pull out a couple more and decide what we want to do with them. How about, let's take a couple of these. Let's take 3 of those. And they're red. Yeah. And let's just use bits. Let's just use some bits. See? You rearrange your space, and because you're still in the midst of rearranging, you got no room for stuff. No room. Okay. They're 3 by 5. So, oh, look it. It's green and red, guys. Green and red. We're using up stuff. How about something like that? And then, oh, where are they? Color's too close. What else? Oh, look at this one. Kind of like that. Yes, no? I know, red and green, bucka. I know. Ugh. But, I got to use stuff up. I don't know. Throw ideas at me, guys. Throw ideas at me. Where's that other one? I just pulled those leaves out of. That was this one. Red and green. Ugh. No, that's way big. Okay, so why don't I just grab another piece of gel print or painty paper of some sort and just cut different leaves. I don't want to use these. None of these are floating my boat. Oh, wait. Too big. No, I could do that. Oh, what if I did that kind of thing? Get off of there. Yeah, it's red and green, red and green, red and green. The yellow flowers. First card on my left. I only have this one. Wait. Totally, I'm going totally different. Totally different. Put these away. Those can go there. What about? It's another bin of stuff that I have to finish. Let go. What about these flowers? Just print flowers. Yeah, wait, there's more. I know. Like, I got these. Kind of like the little print flowers. And of course, can doodle them up with polka dots or stripes. Leave them print and then kind of like that. What do you guys think? Don't have many little ones. Got all these spidery kind of flowers. That doesn't, well, I can make some little ones. because I need to make more, right? I used all the little ones on my next read book. But it doesn't mean I can't make more. Big one, or I can just do a bunch of little ones. Let's just grab some. Okay, I have those books stacked up here, those dictionaries. And they went way over there. I'll be right back. Oh, but wait. How about instead of using dictionary page, go for it. But instead of using dictionary page, let's cheat, and I can use some. What is this stuff? Origami paper. It's kind of a yellow. I could brown flowers, something like that. See, there's no real yellow though. I was thinking yellow. What about that? Because it's got kind of stripy paint, like pulled paint. I obviously scraped these ones. Don't want to use green. Purple? Or book page. Could use this red. Kind of swears because that's much more orangey. I could use that. Not a super fan. What about this? Let's make some out of this and see what happens. How we like them. We'll audition them. We'll audition them. All right. I'm going to cut this in 4 so that I've got little flowers. There's always more. You know how I operate. This has green in it. It's kind of like a limey green. It's okay. Yeah, I'm using that crazy knife. Okay, so we're going to try this. This is how I do these crazy flowers. Oh, I missed a fold. It's okay. They don't all have to be the same. So I end up with a triangle like this. This is the point that's in the center. You want to make sure that stays where it is. We're just going to cut some sort of petally kind of shape. And we're not going to go all the way to the center. We're going to leave just a little bit of that together. These are big. These are still big. Unfold, unfold. Those are still big. But if I do this, you know, the way I operate, something like that, I could get away with just using that like for a journal card, right? Without any extra anything. People could put their own words on it. What do you think? I like that better. And that actually goes with all of them. Yes? Okay. Because, of course, I'm going to be outlining them. I might do a little bit of a doodle on them. That's just the way we rock, right? Okay. No, I didn't miss a fold. Now I've added an extra fold. See? I make things up and then I forget how I do them. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Jolu. I'm all about making up stuff as I go. And I would do the same thing. Cut it in half and put it randomly on the page. Oh, this is fun. I feel like I'm getting someplace. You know, again, these are just newsprint, old workbooks from work, pages. So I'm going to have to glue them down onto copy paper, but that's fine. I have no problem doing that. Cut them out, maybe use some muck water to edge them. Different thought? Yeah. Okay. Again, we're just going to wobble cut whatever shape petal thing you like. And again, I don't have to put anything in the background this way, right? They can be just the way they are. Uh-oh, now what's this? Excuse me a second. Oh, it's a voicemail. I'm not getting that right now because that's my friend I play cards with. And we're very rude to each other when we play cards. So I am not going to grab that while I am online with you guys. I'll be polite. Sometimes you get these little tails between. Can you see? I'm just going to trim that. All right, we're going to cut them in half and glue them down. Or I guess I could have cut them to go in the corners too, right? If I was thinking about it. Nah, I like them this way. So this glue bottle is empty. This glue bottle is blocked. Let's use a glue stick. I'll just grab this. Not that I really care about this paper that's down here, but let's be a little bit less barbaric, right? Less barbaric than I can be. This paper is also very, very thin, this origami paper. Am I on screen? Sort of, kind of, almost. Yeah, so it's going to have to definitely be outlined. I will probably put a black center on that. And see, I've got it hanging over the edge. We're going to just trim that right down, right now. Like that. Okay, take this other one and we'll put it at the, I don't know if it's the top, the bottom. It's just going to get stuffed into a pocket, whichever way. Trying to get to the edge of the paper, but that's good. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun. And you know, what did we do this with last time? A butterfly or something? Then we put a focal point on. I'm not going to bother with a focal point. whoever gets the journal or these tags can do with it what they will. I think that's just, I'm just doing this, and that's just the way these are going to go. I'll outline them, put a black center, and have done. Not everything has to be as elaborate as I normally do it, right? Like, you guys need to help me with this because we all know how carried away I can get. Maintain absolute rigid flexibility. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? When it comes to stuffing the pockets and whatever, I might decide that I want to add a bow, or I might want to add a word. Not that I normally use words, but for now, as far as I'm concerned, they're ready to rock, except for the glue backing stuff, right? And look, that's 3 more pieces out of my 800 or whatever I've got sitting here. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Ooh, doesn't fit across the bottom. Too wide for the bottom. And the fun thing about hand cutting them like that, sure, the flowers are the same pattern, but they're not the same shape. Oop, ripped it. Good thing it's getting glued down. Good thing it's getting glued down. Right. So, let's do it. Let's put those markings on. And, of course, I'll glue them all down onto white paper when I'm done the stream, because you guys don't need to see that, because it's boring. Let's grab, I think that's too thin. I want a bit heavier marker. Ooh, you've been used to death. You would think that one of my grandkids had used that. What's this? That looks kind of nice. So, let's give it a black center. And let's outline these petals. That's fun. I admit I like those. Look how fun that is. Child. Oh, way offline. It's okay. Can't really tell because it's what it is. So, let's edge this with muck water. What do you think? Yes, no? Ladies? Muck water? This isn't very dark muck water, but it's okay. Nope, it's not dark at all. Thought it was darker. It'll still dry just a bit darker than it is. Then clear. All my other muck water evaporated now that the furnace is on. To heat the house, my muck water evaporates really fast. So I'm low. That should be good. It'll be what it'll be. Yeah, just muck it. Oh, Brenda, isn't that the truth? Oh, I used to do a lot of like local fair kind of things in the kids' art tents. They would bring me in to do that. And you're right. The biggest thing is getting those parents to leave their kids the heck alone. Oh, yeah. Brutal. Brutal, some of them, their parents. Let's just do a little one on this. So we'll just do a little one on that. Yeah. And how to be polite about it, right? Like, and I feel so bad for the kids because then it's not their art anymore. They're fun. I like them. I like them. Okay, that's not drawing quite as dark as I had hoped. I guess maybe I'll just come along with a black marker and do that. You know what? Let's go right from side to side on that. Yeah, very, very frustrating when the parents don't let their kids be kids, do their own thing. Very annoying. Art is so important for kids because it's all about decision making, you know, what color they want to use, what if they want to scribble, if they want to draw nicely, if you know. Yep. Sometimes parents just don't get it. And a lot of them don't like their kids to make a mess. So they don't want them to make a mess when they're out and about at a class because then they want to make that mess at home, right? I know. I know. But the thing was is if I was in a tent at one of the fairs, I would get like 60 or 70 kids at a time. You know, it'd be kind of fun. It's like a black and white border. Or maybe do little white dots on the outlines of the flowers. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Like I appreciated the parents being there to help, you know, but when they take over and control, that's hard. That's hard. Okay, are you dry enough that I can do this? We'll find out. Ooh, soft, wet and soft. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I have. Um, it all started with a friend who had bought a statue thing for a daughter in law for Christmas. And so her daughter in law did a little bit of a something for it and gave it back to my friend for her birthday, or maybe Mother's Day. I think it was Mother's Day. So my girlfriend did something to it and gave it back to her for her birthday. because it just happened to be sequential. So the daughter-in-law did something to it and gave it back to her for Christmas. And it just kept going like that for a few years. And I happened to say, oh, what a great idea. So then my girlfriend got a statue and we did that between her and I. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Okay, so we got these. See, like this one is really doodled on. So I don't even know what I would want to put on some of these. Unless what I do is I back them and I do the same thing that I did at the beginning of the program, where I cut it and use it as a tuck spot. You know, you have to have the right friend that will do that with you, or a child that will do that with you. But yeah, they're fun to play with. You know how people get the styrofoam heads and they collage them and have a blast? You could do that with anything, really. And then there's that lady, what's her name? She makes things with teapots. She makes rude statues with old teapots. So she breaks up the teapot. I mean, I'm sure you guys can get the idea, and makes rude statues with them. They are priceless. Absolutely hilarious. You can do so much. And then, of course, the ones where they have the tea cup and it's pouring flowers into a saucer, right? Have you seen those? Excellent, Anne. Absolutely excellent. So, yeah, anything's an art supply until proven otherwise. That's what the paper outpost always says, right? And I agree wholeheartedly. Okay. I'm considering these ones done, except for the paper on the back. Do we have time? Oh, it's 2.5 hours. I think we're going to call it a day. I think we will call it a day. Flat snowman, I like it. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so this is what was accomplished today. These three, I really like those. I have to admit, I really like those. And then we've got these ones. 8 in total. 8 in total, and I chopped that one up. And oh yes, I took 2 and I made pockets, right? I made pockets for this journal. So what about that's 2, 3. I've used 11 out of this stack in 2.5 hours. My stream times are Tuesday and Friday, 12:45 Central until, I don't know, sometimes we go long, sometimes we go short. It varies stream to stream. And then on Sundays at 11 o'clock Central Time, I get a group of artists together and we play together. We pick a subject and we each do it our own way so that whoever's watching can see that there's got to be one of us that they can copy, like do it their style, what works for them. Does that make sense? But yeah, so Tuesdays and Fridays 12:45 and Sundays at 11 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, well, thanks guys. Thanks. Oh, Sunday's fun. Sunday's a lot of fun. We've done some very interesting things. Very interesting things. Started out with gel plates, using our gel plates and how to use them. And yes. And the name of the Sundays group is called the Feral Artists Group, because I can say we are making tags, and you know darn well everybody has a different view on how to make tags, right? So, and of course, maybe somebody doesn't want to make tags that day, so they do their own thing, but they come and play. So it's fun. Second graders to get along reach their little bit. Oh, excellent. Oh, Brenda, that's a great one. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. So do a quick up close. So I thank you guys all for being here. Everybody up in the balcony, anybody who watches the replays. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Just gotta have some fun and play, and definitely kind of like our Sunday group, right, Brenda? Gotta get along. Gotta get along. All right. Thanks for coming, guys. Hugs to you all, and I'll see you Friday. Bye now. Oh, and on Sundays, the last Sunday of the month, I don't stream. That's Family Day. All right. Hugs, guys. Have a good one. Bye now.